The elimination of taxes on tips is closer to becoming reality. McDonald's launched the first of what could be many new desserts to come. And Americans are cutting back on spending. Way back. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, your quick daily download of the top stories in the restaurant industry from the editors of Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News. I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally. The elimination of taxes on tips took one step closer to reality on Tuesday. The U.S. Senate passed Trump's budget and tax bill, better known as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The bill includes provisions that make permanent certain tax deductions for businesses and make other changes in tax calculations endorsed by the National Restaurant Association and other groups. It would also eliminate taxes on tips and overtime, which the group also endorses, though labor groups argue that most tipped workers won't qualify for that benefit. Labor groups were critical of cuts to Medicaid that could affect 1.2 million restaurant workers, but the bill does include reforms that could expand childcare access. The bill now heads to the House for reconciliation before it can be sent to President Trump.
McDonald's has introduced a new blueberry and cream pie to menus nationwide for a limited time. According to the company, the dessert was created to drive traffic and generate social media buzz ahead of the 4th of July holiday. The launch also comes less than a month after the chain introduced a Hershey S'mores McFlurry, which is available through mid-August. The company's cadence of dessert launches could pick up following its creation of a global category team in March that is focused specifically on beverages and desserts. The goal is to bring, quote, big ideas to execution with even greater speed and to protect the company's market share against fast-growing concepts specializing in beverages and desserts.
Brace yourselves for a tough summer. According to a new report from Pop Menu, 67% of Americans are reducing overall spending, with restaurants being the primary target. The study reveals 61% of consumers are specifically cutting back on dining out. That's compared to 52% reducing clothing purchases, 49% cutting entertainment, and 47% trimming travel. Only 34% are tightening grocery budgets. For summer 2025 specifically, 44% of consumers expect to spend less at restaurants than last summer, while 18% plan to increase spending and 38% anticipate no change. This follows an April KPMG study showing 85% of consumers are eating at home more to save money, with expectations of spending 7% less each month at restaurants compared to 2024.
John J.C. Crawford has been named CEO of Melting Pot, succeeding longtime CEO and founder Bob Johnston, who is transitioning to chairman of the board while remaining an owner. Crawford joined Melting Pot in March of 2020, bringing operational leadership experience from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and Bennigan's. The leadership change comes as the fondue concept marks its 50th anniversary.
Starbucks has launched a patriotic LTO just in time for the holiday. The Firework Frappuccino is a red, white, and blue blended drink that will be available July 1st through July 7th. It uses the Summer Berry Refresher as a base, is blended with coconut milk, and poured over raspberry-flavored popping pearls. The Frappuccino is also swirled with a strawberry puree and finished off with vanilla sweet cream cold foam. This is one of several new Frappuccinos Starbucks is releasing this summer.
The full-service restaurant chain with the most unit openings last year might surprise you in more ways than one. It was Buffalo Wild Wings, which added 59 net new restaurants in 2024. The thing is, they weren't full service. All of the chain's growth came from Buffalo Wild Wings Go, a scaled-down limited service offshoot. Go's footprint increased by 77% in 2024, making it the second fastest growing quick service chain by unit count. The full service brand with the most actual full service restaurant openings was First Watch with 48.
Bojangles is bringing back two fan favorite summer items, the Bo's Chicken Supreme Bird Dog and a peach cobbler dessert. The Bird Dog features a potato bun, pickles, and Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, available individually or in catering packs. The peach cobbler combines a buttermilk biscuit with peach filling, icing, and cinnamon sugar for a nostalgic southern treat. Prices start at $3.19 for one Bird Dog and $1.99 for the cobbler, varying by location.
Luckin Coffee is now officially in the U.S. The fast-growing Chinese coffee chain, which operates 24,000 locations globally, opened a pair of new shops in New York City this week. Luckin was established in 2017 and quickly became China's largest coffee chain, overtaking Starbucks despite a scandal involving fake sales numbers. The company has been eyeing the U.S. for months as it seeks to expand outside of its native country.
And that will do it for today's episode of Restaurant Daily. I'm Heather Lally.
And I'm Leanne Zinsmeister. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe.